favorite podcast is back. We talking everything Game 3 and Game 4 Summer League Pelicans, Joe Dumars comments, and we got a new segment called Was That Lito? Let's talk about it.
First took away. Gas for this. Get your money's worth. Now.
Welcome to another episode here of Propels Talk. I am your host here, Chris Cano. We got my dog David Grubb here. We got Summer League Lito, and then we got the one and only Cheddar Chaz here, man. We live in the building, man. Shout out to the chat. Y'all, please do us a favor, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share the show. You know, support us, man. Shout out to Theo's, Blue Moon, John Deere, Sunshine, 4D, you name it, is here. Scott Vicknair. Fellas, what's up with y'all?
It's cooling, brother. Enjoying this summer, man. Enjoying this summer.
Well, I'm glad you said that's a perfect segue because the Pelicans right now, this Pelican Summer League team are not enjoying their summer right now. Not enjoying their summer right now. 0-4. I'm sure Grubb at some point will mention for those that care about historical, precedent set when Summer League records. Of course, the Pelicans will find a way to be there, but shout out to Cole, man. Yo, man, y'all give my dog Cole a membership, man. We at some point it's gonna happen. We just gotta continue to believe. But let's get into.
We gotta buy Cole a computer first.
He ain't got a computer.
That's the issue. He logged in on his phone. He
dedicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. He dedicated. So yeah, man. Let's talk a little bit about. I guess we can start. We can start with Game 3. Derik Queen, another double, probably his best looking game in regards to how he attacked the game offensively. What we were able to see defensively, some things there going against Hanson Yang. I mean, I watched a little bit of it really ain't no pregame. They just leave from one summer league game to the next, but the games don't start on time because they, it just 30 minutes. Game start at 9:00. Summer league game start at 9:30. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But there was no mention about Derik Queen or Jeremiah Fears really leading in all the talk were about the Blazers and Hanson Yang. I thought Derik Queen started kind of reacted pretty well to it. Didn't play in Game 4. But Grubb, I want to start with you in regards to Queen. One of the things you mentioned after Game 2 when we did that late ass recap, you mentioned that you didn't think that either of them, Queen and Fears specifically, were going to be ready based off of what you saw to contribute to start the season. In regards to Derik Queen, was there anything that he did in Game 3? Was there anything that you saw in regards to how he was used or how he just looked out there on the floor to make you feel any differently?
I think he's, because of need and because of the one thing that he does better than any of the other centers on the roster, they got to play him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's evident after we saw the tragedy that was Yves Missi's 3 games. Like, it was Yves Missi put in a serious regression from as far as his summer league play from one year to the next. But to watch Derik Queen be the one who could be assertive on offense, who could operate from the top of the key, who could operate from the wing, who could operate in the mid post, who could most of his scoring came with facing up and then getting into his moves. So he's not a true back to the basket presence, but he can score in the low post on face ups. And I thought that those skill sets, you're not getting that from Kevon Looney and you're not getting that from Yves Missi. So in the half court set, when you need to score, and Zion's not on the court, I think that Queen is your best option at this stage for somebody with size to give you any points around the basket. So I think that just his ability to score, and he's still inefficient. He still turns it over way too much. He still is not a good defender as far as his ability to move his feet. But you didn't draft him for that. The one thing you drafted him for was to be an elite offensive player. So I think if you put him in very basic situations, you're like, look, dude, I don't even really want him to think about playmaking at this stage because the turnovers are just going to be too high. To me, it's like for both of these kids, it's like keep it very simple. But for Queen at 6'10", I think, again, his path is shorter to getting on the court. But I think absolutely, you just tell him, do what you do, score. Don't even work. If you don't have it, just kick it out. Like, don't try to play make, because we don't need turnovers, but we do need you to score when you have the basketball. If you think you have the advantage, attack. But if you don't have it, kick it out. Slow it down and kick it out. Like, I think that's because the playmaking is fine, and they can develop that, and that'll come with time and placement. But I think for his rookie year, for him to be the most successful with the minutes that he's going to get, and he's not going to get the same minutes every night. To be most successful, it's be offensive, be aggressive, do what you do.
Chaz and Grub, we gonna put a pin in the Missi conversation, because we gotta. I kind of disagree. I kind of disagree with some of the Missi discourse, but I want to have a conversation about that at some point later on, just a little bit. Now I'm gonna pass the ball here to Chaz and talk a little bit more about Queen. One of the things that you mentioned beforehand, and you talked about on the show as well, was in regards to having him involved. That's the way to get the best overall, I guess, engagement of him. For better, for worse. I mean, while I think he started out running early in the game, even before he got the basketball, which was a plus. Depending, he was walking up and down the floor, no matter what was going on in Game 3. But you saw someone with a little bit a different level of energy. I guess commitment on both sides, and it can't necessarily be a coincidence that he was seeing the basketball in a bunch of different areas. Some of the places in which he likes to operate, typically, that we've seen him at Maryland. I do want your thoughts a little bit, continued on that, and I saw that you did a show on that. But one of the main question I had is, what do you think the balance is? Because Summer League, to me, in a lot of ways, it can be a proving ground, but it's also like a place where guys kind of test their limits. It's guys really, really trying to see some of the work that they ended up putting in between, whether seasons in or if you're a young guy transitioning into a different level of competition, trying to see what you can get away with and what you can't get away with it. Some guys are working on their game, and other guys, Antonio Reeves, for example, they're using it as opportunity to live, right. to make their next meal. And the only way you can do that is showing it some of the little things that maybe you don't think I can do, I can actually do. I could be a service to your team. What do you think the balance is between playing good basketball, complimentary basketball, but also just really using this as an opportunity, using Summer League as an exhibition to really show what you can really do and test how far you can go with it before the rest of the offseason continues? What's up, David?
Well, what up, David? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Well, as it pertains to the veterans, the Lesters and Antonio Reeves and guys like that, like the French NBA guys, I think they do have to go out there and maybe overcompensate for the lack of job security. I think you see a lot of that with Lester the last two games, and I don't even want. I'm not even gonna go there, but it's just aside from, I think you saw a lot of them looking off Fears quite a few times, and he kind of getting frustrated, like, yo, what are y'all doing? And they're like, y'all understand? I'm literally trying to keep my lights on here, like, So I understand that. From a rookie standpoint, for Derik Queen specifically, I don't see the Summer League as something catered toward a player like that. I think even like those below the basket type old school YMCA bigs, I don't really see it catered to a guy like that. I think for me, and this goes with a theme with the Pelicans. Total, the last two games, I saw a lot more physicality than I had seen in the first two games. I saw really some like questionable physicality. Like, damn, all right, this is how we're doing. I think that probably played a little part into Derik Queen's injury, and I do think that Fears more than Queen was a little bit more prepared for the physicality. I don't think Queen was quite as prepared for the physicality. But first play of the game and the first possession, Pelicans possession, I believe, in the third game, Queen gets the ball at the top of the key. So you see, like when the scripted plays, it's like football. The first couple plays scripted, they made a point of emphasis to give him the ball. Now, when it's time to freestyle, things just kind of it just happens. Like whatever happens. But I do think he made more of a point of emphasis to be aggressive, getting to the basket. I thought his defense was okay. It's nothing to write home about. I think he's kind of going to be like Zion as far as a guy who's a better defender in the post. One thing I don't like that Queen does, his post style is just pulling the chair. Most of the time, it's just pulling the chair. You watch him defend Yang in the post, he's just like he's not really like in the defensive position. He's not really putting his elbow on his back. He's kind of just standing there, just like, all right, you're gonna stumble, triple fall, wrap around and deflect the basketball or something. So I think that's something he needs to work on. But I think he saw what made a lot of people excited about him for his offensive skill set, his rebounding, of course. He's one of those guys who could have a bad game and average a double-double, most nights. That's how talented he is. But generally, I didn't take too much away from Derik Queen. I didn't learn anything new. I'll say that. I didn't learn anything new about Derik Queen or the rest of this roster.
So we got about 91 people here in the chat, man. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Please, man, if you have not hit the like button, man, I don't know how many we got, but I'm pretty sure that it's not enough. Let's get these numbers up here.
Chris,
Yes, sir.
before you move on, I just want to. I think that there's a good thing though. Like, I don't think we did learn anything new about any of these guys, but I think that's a good thing in some ways because nobody of the 5 players that we were probably watching, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of the 5, there wasn't a surprise. There wasn't something that you came back from any of these games and you're like, he can't do this? Or he's like, I think that Missi playing as poorly as he did is a surprise in some ways, but what he did, like the things that he still did well, he still blocked a lot of shots. He still rebounded really well. He just can't score the freaking basketball. But that's not really a surprise. And the same would be for all the other guys. I'm not surprised by what Antonio Reeves did. I'm not surprised by what Jeremiah Fears did as far as like the skills that he put on. The numbers ain't great in certain places, but the way he looked like he did in college. You know what I'm saying? Jeremiah, same for Queen. He looked and played like he did in college. It came in spurts. It wasn't consistent, but it shouldn't be at this time. But I think there weren't any surprises that made you either more concerned, about the areas that you are concerned with. The things that were concerns are still concerns. You know what I'm saying? But the things that were positives are still positives. And I think that's the good thing that came out of this is that nobody disappointed you skill-wise, and you said they're not as advertised.
Lito, what do you think, man? I mean, we did our show. We talked a lot about Derik Queen post and pre-draft. And of course, a lot of people were first couple of games a little disappointed or discouraged with his motor, his effort, and his overall performance. But game 3, we saw a lot more of the dude that we saw at Maryland more consistently, I would say. So, and we saw it in various ways. We saw him bringing the ball up the floor. We saw some of the playmaking opportunities that none of them will be finished in summer league. Just nobody is unfortunately ready for Derik Queen passes in summer league. It's just not working. His passes being dropped. People not looking to shoot the ball. It's terrible. But his creation, we saw post fadeaways. We saw running. We saw adjustments against taller players that were blocked in earlier games. You just saw a little bit of of his full arsenal kind of on display. Specifically in the first half, I would say. But what would you account to that? Like, what would you say kind of allowed that to happen? Do you think it was something that was maybe before the game? Do you think it was mainly him? You think the flow of the game? Like, what do you think was the biggest change for him, or the reason for the biggest change for him from what we saw kind of game 1 and 2 leading to 3?
I think it's a couple things. He's a guy who said he listens to the outside noise. Like, he hears everything said about him. And whether you even when you're strong enough of a person, strong enough mentally to deal with it, like in those quiet moments, that shit go start getting to you, and you go start believing it if you actually listening to it. So I think either one, he started to take it personal, and then he slowly transitioned back to remembering it's just basketball. Like, I'm just hooping. I could do this. And The other thing is, I think he is a person, unfortunately, who may play down to the level of competition if he doesn't respect said competition. If you look at the aggressiveness he came out, with against Yang, he wanted to show everybody in Vegas, I'm better than dude. I'm better than dude. Specifically, like what his coach said, right? If he was European, if he was a European center, he'd have been drafted a lot higher. There wouldn't be all these different critiques about his game. And lastly, the other thing is like, I think Chaz is right. Young bigs, big men in general, if you're not getting them involved on one end of the floor, they're not really gonna be involved on the other end of the floor. They're as good as if they don't feel invested in the floor. You saw this with Jonas, right? Like you saw when Jonas was, man, let me touch the ball. Let me kick it out. Even if it's just I'm getting somebody else involved. I'm playing the basketball is a part of my game. I feel involved. I think they kind of got him more involved too. You know what I'm saying? Like they started looking for him earlier. They started finding, creative ways he's getting off the right. I think to me, like those things are probably the difference.
All right, we lost Grub for a second here. I wanna actually run that back here because I meant to ask this question on the last show before we get into fears here, and I'm curious because I really don't know the answer, and I've never been in a situation where I've been a center or a power forward. So I kind of defer to Lido and Grub, but I'm also curious, about your thoughts, Chaz. It got to be a balance, right? But I don't know what the balance is between. I know I gotta get this brother the basketball, right? I know 100% I gotta get him the basketball. And if I want the best out of him, it's just certain things we know. Offensive linemen love when you run the football. You know what I'm saying? They're just way more engaged. They've always been when they get a chance to get out in the open field and pancake somebody. Big men like to see the basketball. It's a carnal sin for a big man to force a turnover and not see the ball, or for them to sprint down the court and not see the basketball. We know these things, but what's the balance between, from any of you guys' perspective? I'm gonna start with Lito and then kick it to Grub. Our two centers. What's the balance at that position between having to still finding a way to be engaged and doing some of the other shit you have to do, but also like the truth being I need the basketball. Like, how do you balance that night to night? When there may be a night where you might not see the ball as much as you are expected.
You got to grow. Oh, grow.
Okay, in my opinion, these are big pickup games. You know what I'm saying? Like summer league to me is a bunch of organized pickup games because these guys haven't practiced with each other much. They don't know. There's no scouting reports that you're getting involved with. You know some of these dudes you don't. I think the thing to me is if Derek Queen had run early, then I think people start looking for you to run. You know what I'm saying? Like if he had finished some of those offensive rebound opportunities early, then people, they trust you a little bit more. And I think as a big, that's one of the things you got to earn too is trust. Because they got to know you're going to catch the ball when they throw it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys hate throwing it into the post and the dude just watching it bounce off his hands. You don't want to throw the bounce pass and watch it throw it away. Those types of things. So you got to earn that trust, and you do that by outworking guys early. Like always as a big man, the work is done early. Whether it's defensively, it's meeting that guy before he gets into the position that he wants, or on offense is getting into your spot by running the floor and making that seal at the front of the basket in transition, or it's getting to your spot faster than your opponent. If Derek Queen does that early, then they're gonna look for him late. And I think that's the thing. Is like you have to make guys who have never played with you. Your rep does not matter here. You know what I'm saying? We all back to the bottom here. So to me, if you just got to run, man. Like you do those things, especially when you're on the floor with vets who are really less likely to throw you the basketball. You run early and they'll look for you. And I think that's the thing is if I want Jeremiah Fears to be my best friend, you know what I'm saying? Like I want him to look good too. And so it's like, let me make easy opportunities for you to get dimes, man. And you do that by running the floor and you do that by opening up big to make his catches. And I think those were things that he could have done better. Again, he's a rookie. It's a lot to learn. And center, again, is not a well-coached position. He's going to need coaching. The skills are there, but I think those are things that you can do that don't require skill to give yourself more offensive opportunities.
Chaz, I want to kind of edit the question a little bit here. If you were a coach at any level,
right,
and you had somebody of that, it doesn't have to be Derik Queen. It could be someone who their superpower is their offensive ability. And you saw them not, let's say you tried to get them the basketball, but you're not out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you on the sideline. So let's say the goal was to get said person to basketball. It didn't happen, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But you see him slacking off in other areas for whatever reason. What are you telling that player in that particular situation? Like, you kind of, are you more so, I got to hold him accountable in this, or I got to be understanding? It's a balance. Like, what are you telling somebody like that in that moment?
I think a part of knowing who you're dealing with is a bit of a mixture of both. Pulling them to the side, say, "Yo, I recognize what's happening. I'm gonna get you a look." You know what I'm saying? I recognize what's happening. We about to fix this, because I'm like, man, ain't nobody coming to see Otis. Like, what's your number 45? Come here, put the fries in the bag. Put the fries in the fucking bag. Like, that, to me, it's really that simple, honestly, bro. Because again, I don't, a dude who isn't particularly talented or doesn't have a real chance to make this roster, I understand you're playing for your life. I totally get it. But I really don't care how hard a bad player works. My job in the position I'm in, as with this team, I need to be as good as possible right now. So I need some game simulation type scenarios. Maybe someone goes down. I need Derik Queen to get looks. I need Derik Queen being used to, but maybe being the focal point of this offense. I saw a lot of the same thing last night with Fears. Fears crossing dudes up.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Let me just say something real quick. If you coming down though, and every time you run on the floor, you're last, and we only got 24 seconds to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
You taking yourself out of the play. Even if the play was for you,
right?
I can't run that play out of the post if you're the last man down every single time. You know what I'm saying? Like that part of it, you taking yourself. If you're not crossing till 15, you feel me? And like that to me is a problem. The coach can't do nothing about that.
Yeah, I kind of think it's the chicken or the egg type thing, where it's like, again, like Fears last night, for example, Fears killing these dudes, right? Getting to the line, getting to the rim at will. I like Antonio Reeves, but since you're my dog, I gotta hold you accountable. Fears, like third quarter, I think Fears is in the right corner. Reeves is on the right wing, and he like, give me the ball. And Antonio Reeves looks at him like, no. He passes the ball. So I think it might have been to Chase or to Lester. And I'm like, see, that's what I'm calling the timeout. I'm like, yo, all right, we got to make the right basketball play here. Like, guys, I'm not gonna put nobody on blast, but the man is our best offensive player right now on the floor. Him and Trey Alexander. He wants the ball in the corner. He can get past his defender at will. He get into the free throw line. This is still a relatively close game. Put the fries in the bag. Put the fries in the bag. Like, it's the hierarchy thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? We've had conversations about there be confusion about hierarchy with this roster for years now. And it's like, with this, it shouldn't have been no confusion. I got 2 lottery picks. One just got thrown out of the last game. He in this game, he passing the ball. He getting his assist stuff. He's rebounding. Get to the free throw line. He's looking like Kyrie at the rim. Put the fries in the bag. And it just ain't happening.
So, and it's interesting, like, we'll come back to Antonio Reeves at some point as well, because I feel like out of everybody I've watched, he's made the most of his opportunities, and I would say 80% of the time that isn't David.
That was wild,
The
dude.
whole David brother.
We ain't no motherfucking freaks. We some family men. We getting it paper. Know what I'm talking about?
Shout out to Company Burger. But Antonio Reeves, I feel like, has made the most of his opportunities.
Absolutely.
I feel like he's been quick and decisive with the basketball. I feel like when it's time to shoot, he's shot. I don't feel like he's really kind of taken too many bad shots. He's played defense. He's done a little bit of everything. But for me, I think he's been really decisive with every damn thing, whether it's laying the basketball up. He ain't been caught making dumb decisions. Like, he's out there like, this is a test for me. This is a test for me to make this roster or somebody's roster. Ain't even no two-way. I want a contract. I can play in this league. And I feel like he's done a really good job of that. But Lito, we gotta get to Jeremiah Fears here. So game 3 in a lot of ways felt like a lot of game 2 and game 1 for him. Still trying to figure out the processing element of it, still reacting to pressure and figuring out how to get his without screens, when he didn't have the space in the open court. And even when he did, sometimes miss some layups that you would have liked him to convert, miss some passes and attempted some layups that you probably would have liked him to make the pass on. Game 4, totally different. It felt like that was the best Jeremiah Fears we've seen on a bunch of different levels. He looked like, from a consistency perspective, that was the most complete game that we've seen in the most. Okay, that's the guy that they drafted. We saw him in the open floor. We saw him in the half court. We saw him drive and kick. We saw him use the attention that he was getting to get someone else open, point guard shit. You know what I mean? Not this Derrick Rose shit that everybody want to talk about. I said already, it's another conversation. Derrick Rose ruined the point guard position. Different conversation for a different story. For a different time. I stand by that. But yeah, man, what did you like from Fears in game 3, specifically in game 4? What are you seeing in regards to how he's seeing the floor and adapting each rep, each quarter, each opportunity he gets the ball?
I think he still, okay, honestly, to me, he still doesn't necessarily look, the game looked like it's really fast for him right now. It looks like he's processing everything while also running 100 miles per second. And it not, and this is not to say that he's not playing good or he's playing bad. I just think he's a young point guard. He's had a lot of turnovers thus far, and it's one of those things where I just think it's gonna take time. I do want to say this. You said Derrick Rose, but like this Kyrie Irving, we gotta stop. We gotta stop that, and that's no disrespect to him, but we don't have to we don't have to lie to each other. We supposed to be brothers. That's not Kyrie
Lito,
Irving.
what you think they see when they say, when people mention Kyrie Irving? Like, what are people seeing that
That's
you're not
what
seeing?
I think. Okay, so he got a Fears has he got a flashy enough handle, right? He got a flashy enough handle, but he ain't got that man handle. That man is a man. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude is a basketball savant. Like he's one of a kind. He ain't got that, and that's cool, bro. Look, I compared him to Jeff Teague on Twitter, and somebody told me, "You hating."
You know what? I will say this. If I gotta pick something from the Kyrie bag, then I'm like, okay, I see it. It's his ability to go full speed, stop on a dime with his dribble losing no sort of velocity. It's like He'll stop on a dime,
Yeah.
go behind the back twice, and then immediately just go. And I see that element, but when you think of Kyrie, like
You think of water.
yeah. Well, that's one way. That's one way of putting it.
Kyrie's water, man. There's a
Yeah.
flow.
Yeah, go ahead. But I mean, we talk about somebody who people
Not just
consider
saying,
to
like,
be the best below the rim finisher of all time.
I don't see none of it. I don't see none of that Kyrie
like, I don't
shit.
see that. Yeah, it's like it's a harder. It's like it's a mini. It's like T because it's explosive real fast. Like it is T. I mean, it's not like you could say higher upside and people be like, "Oh, it's an insult." It's not an insult to say the style because I don't think you see that fluidity. It's not like it's an explosion. It's super fast. Everything is so fast with fears, and I think like that's I think that's what Lito's talking about is like with Kyrie is the ultimate change of speed. You know what I'm saying? Like Kyrie can go from 0 to 60 like
Yeah.
nobody. Like he can bring you down and you think he's going in the park and then it's blah 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 blah. Like that's not where Fears is right now. Fears is I'm coming at you at 100% every time down the floor. It's a lot more relentless in that way where Kyrie is precise. You know what I'm saying?
Kyrie like a beat. He like a rhythm. He's a rhythm. He's not a you know how like I don't know, some people are like entities or they're stable components of nature or some shit. Kyrie could shapeshift into anything. He can be anything he wants to be.
What you think about
He's
this
scoring the
comment, Chaz?
post.
Teague is a good comparison, but Teague had to water his
Water
game
down
down.
game.
I mean,
I think
he did it. He did
Oh, my
it.
bad.
My bad, Chaz.
You're good. Shout out to Ronald. Yeah. I think T had to switch from being more of a score first guy into more of a traditional point guard position. I think you saw that because he was playing with a lot of talented players when he first got drafted
Josh
to
Smith,
Atlanta.
Al Horford.
Yeah,
Joe Johnson.
he had a pretty quality squad. So it's like we don't need you to score 25 points, Jeff. Like we need you to pass the ball to Kyle Korver. So it was one of those things. But I do think one thing that has stood out to me about Fears, because I already knew he was strong. He's very, very strong. He's very, very strong, man. And that's something that really stood out to me. I'm like, damn, this dude, for him to be so young, like his push-offs, driving with his shoulders, like he can move a motherfucker back. And he's finishing through contact pretty like impressively. Like I'll say last game, he finished through contact really impressively. So I was like, some of them shots, I was like, all right, this is kind of ill-advised. But he made them. I was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that also just happens. So I don't know. I would need to see some consistency with that. But he's confident in the jumper. The jumper don't look bad. Like when he was missing, he wasn't missing like terribly. It was just like need a little bit of work. I think that's what some leg strength is going to come in at. Even the game before that, when he had his not so great game, started off the game with a couple steals in a row, finished at the rim, and he was dunking, like what I mean. But I think he's a guy who he's surprisingly athletic, and I think if he continues to get stronger, like if let's say he started working with Russell Westbrook in the summer or something like that, because that's my go-to for everybody. Go work with Russell Westbrook, bro. Go run up sand hills in LA. Like if he start working with a guy like that, he's gonna be a monster physically. Because right now he's a very, very strong as a so-called high school senior.
And you know what? Okay, okay. Go ahead, girl, and then Lito.
Like y'all can talk. We could talk more about the technical pieces for Fears. I'm gonna say this: in the last, since Zion got drafted in that time. And I'll say very few times we've seen obviously this with the Pelicans, but the one thing about Fears is that he looks the part of a franchise player. I haven't said that about anybody the Pelicans have drafted since Trey Murphy. And we saw that like from the beginning, all the things like when Trey was around, you know what I'm saying? Like even as a rookie, Trey carried himself Like you watched him smile, you watched him talk to people. It was genuine. It was confident. You know what I'm saying? Like Trey walks around. Zion never really wants to do all that stuff. Like Zion is fine with the kids and all this, but he doesn't do all the meet and greets and talk to people. Brandon never really embraced that stuff. AD had the game, but didn't really want to do that stuff. Chris had it. Chris Paul had it. He wanted all the franchise player stuff from the day he came in. Fears gives you that vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like he gives you that I can take this over and I'm fine with you giving me that responsibility. If you say this is my team, that's not pressure to me. That's what I want. And that part of it, he's got a lot of work to do, obviously, with his game to be more efficient, to be a better outside shooter, to be, like Chad said, to get physically stronger so he can finish playing 35 minutes a night. He's got to be a better defender, and all those things will come. But when you see the franchise player thing, like I don't know if it's going to be that, but it's rare to find those players right now who give you that look. And I think even you go back to Shea, it's like again, I've used this point. We saw Shea with the Clippers, and you said that dude's a star. Like he carried himself and played like a star. You see that with Fears. His game needs to be better and he needs to improve. But I think he's absolutely right when people say when Mike Miller said he could be an all-star in 4 years. I believe that. I don't know if it'll happen, but I believe it. And I think that's the thing about Fears is you just put 3 all year by year 3. I believe it. I don't know if it'll happen, but that kid gives you just watching him play, the way he plays, the way he moves. He seems older than 18. We've talked about that as a group in the chat, that he just seems more mature than everybody else at times, even though his game is a little young. I think that you got something if you do right by this kid.
Lito, you want to add on?
Yeah, I wanted to say, to add on to my Jeff T comparison, let me just say this. It really showed me, well, for one, if you look at how T shoots and how this kid shoots, it's literally the same shot. But it really showed me one thing. Comparisons are truly like a joy thief, because if I say a name that you don't like, now you're thinking that I'm saying I don't like him, and that's it don't let me get to my bigger point of like everything he does do well. Because like Jeff Teague is an all-star. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Teague was a competent NBA point guard for a long time, like basically a regular 17-9 guy. Like you could pencil him in for that for at least a 7-year stretch. So, and not to say Fears' hierarchy won't be better than that. I'm just saying that's a good foundation. Like that's a good start, right? But the thing about Fears is I agree with everything Grubb said. Whatever it is, he has it. His he's tenacious, bro. Like you see him be a villain a couple times. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I might be the youngest person here. I'm 18, but like I'm not backing down. I'm not backing down. This is my shit. This is my team. And you can see it like between him and Queen sometimes. Like if they had Queen was trying to pass the ball to someone out of bounds, like Fears is like barking back. It seems like he's not. And when I say barking back, like not in a, it's like you supposed to do this. I was supposed to do that. Like we're communicating. And man, I'm happy. I'm happy to have him. I'm happy to have him here. Like I think, what everything Grubb said about him being mature, whatever holes are in this game, present day, like I don't see him being there for the future.
And you know what, man? It had to be. And we about to take a quick commercial break here in a second. But it was also dope, man. Shout out to Isaiah Thomas, man. Him having to
shout out to Zeke.
Zeke calling that game. It was game 4, right? That Isaiah Thomas is calling the second greatest point guard of all time. Don't argue with me. That he they spoke a little bit about the Chicago lineage. Now that's a lie because Fears ain't from Chicago. I mean, I ain't got the time to explain all of the geography of it. The motherfucker from Joliet, Joliet in Chicago.
That's not Chicago.
Ain't the same. It's not the same. If I tell y'all somebody from Lake Charles, you know what I mean, Louisiana, don't tell me it's New Orleans. It's not. It's not. Shout out shout out to Joliet. Shout out to the
What
brother
Ross
here
did
from
you?
Chicago.
What Ross did you?
Huh?
What Ross did you?
I mean, it's just different. Ain't no wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little different. Suburbs are suburbs. The city is the
If
city.
somebody who went to Bonneville, if somebody who went to Bonneville say they're from New Orleans, we ain't gonna have that. You know what I'm saying?
What we doing? What we doing? All right, so we're gonna take a quick commercial break here, man, and then I got a fun game for y'all, man. And we gonna it's it's new. It's called Lido. Is that you? Shout out to
Company Burger is the official burger of Propels Talk and Boot Crew Media. Located at 4600 Ferret Street, Company Burger has been locally owned and operated for 11 years. Grind the meat, bake the buns, make the mayo, get the homemade tots. Company Burger uses Creekstone Farms prime beef to create the best burger in the city with milkshakes to go and a full bar. Company Burger is open every day besides Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Can't make it out? No worries, we have you covered. You can order online right now at thecompanyburger.com or check them out on the Toast or Uber Eats app. Company Burger, the official burger of Boot Crew Media.
I don't really I try not to read as many of the comments anymore, depending on what kind of day I'm having post the show. But Lito told me that some of y'all was blaming us for the Pelicans drafting Derik Queen. Y'all gotta stop. Listen, dog, nobody on this panel is responsible for anything that the New Orleans Pelicans decide to do unless they are stealing. Okay? Now we may inspire, but we are not responsible for anything that they do. Do not blame us if Derik Queen fails, or you ain't got to give us no extra praise if he succeeds. Give us what we do, one way or another. Just leave that out of it. Now,
before you continue, I just wanted to mention this real quick. Speaking of stealing, one thing I noticed that the Pelicans doing, they're not really saying show no fears anymore, and they're not really saying zero fears anymore. Must have got that email. But what they are saying now is like they like fears none. I'm like, all right, whatever, son. Like, y'all can have that one. It's like, come on, son. But my bad, Chris. Go ahead.
You gotta plug the t-shirts. The t-shirts
Nah,
at some point, brother.
But hold on, Chris. Before you move forward and make fun of me, listen, dog. Somebody said, "Nah, man, because Joe Dumars tuned into the pod, man. Y'all got too much power." Bro, who do you think I am?
Hire me.
What does that mean?
Hire me. Give me a job.
Like, I believe that in a roundabout way, but I don't believe he like. I can't trade for dude.
Dude said y'all. Well, I was promoting Derik Queen, and they went ahead and drafted him. I was just like,
oh my god, dog. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro.
All right, man. Here's the first installment of Lido. Is that you? I'm gonna start this by saying I haven't seen. Now we got I just realized we got a full light skin group here. We're missing 5. So y'all all look like somebody. We all look like somebody. We've been hearing that our whole lives. Depending on who out, what time it is, what situation it is, who in front of us. Somebody say we look like somebody. Lido looks like everybody and himself at the same time. Now, this first video was brought to my attention. Shout out to my lady. I first thought it was Kyle O'Quinn, but it's crazy that now I think you look like Kyle O'Quinn.
It's crazy.
Lido, is this you?
My best friend before you call yourself my man. Why can't I love you in slow motion?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was my brother for a second because my brother looked like that. I was like, "Is that my brother?"
Add brother to the list. That's crazy, bro.
I was like, "What the hell?" That dude like Lido.
Lido, that's you?
Bro, I don't know, bro. That's not me. That's
Why
not me,
not?
bro.
You ain't never done that 2-step?
I know but just the thing. Like he got my dip. I did, you know what I'm saying? Like it's the same dip. That's crazy though. Like I ain't even go front. Hey, let me tell y'all this. About 10 people hit me and said, "Man, I know, dude. He cool as fuck. I'm surprised y'all ain't never met." I'm like, son,
Why would
how
not this
do you-
happen to me?
Bro,
y'all gotta know each other. Like, nah.
crazy. Like, nah, bro.
That's the annoying thing about New Orleans because it's so small. I know everybody, but everybody don't know everybody, man. Like it's not that deep. All right. I got one more, and then we out of here. I was minding my business, rewatching the Clips Fire album, minding my business, watching the Clips Tiny Desk performance. And I'm getting through, I think, what was the end of Virginia, going into Keys Open Doors. And I'm like, Lito, is that you?
Dog, leave me alone, bro.
Bro,
Leave me alone, man.
Is this not you?
No, bro. It wasn't me, bro.
Can you imagine constantly getting pulled over for some shit like that? You're like, no, you don't understand. It's not. I promise. Yo, I had uploaded the Dumars joints too, Chris. If you want to,
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Let's talk. Before that, let's talk a little Yves Missi, and then we'll close with Joe Dumars. So,
my dog, friend of the show,
friend of the show, man. So I'm gonna start with Grub. I cannot discount the fact that he got some of the worst center hands I've seen since Omer Asik. His ability to finish any kind of layup, hook shot, just regular big man type prototype shot, close shot is off. Lito, you said some really good things about his maturity as like learning what it means to be a big man. But it's terrible. He's moving way too fast. But the other side of that is the other lens that I'm looking at it from. Some of the things that I'm watching him do that they will be, I guess, a majority part of his role. I think he's doing actually pretty well. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but I've seen he didn't dominate the way that maybe I would have liked him to going into a second year, maybe showing a little bit more, some more things offensively. And I mean, it's not you can't have games where he's 1 for 10. You can't have games where he's dropping every pass thrown to him, not finishing, and then going to the free throw line and splitting or missing both of them. But I think the rebound has been better. You can tell the added weight. He physically looks larger on the floor to me. The rim protection, or the ability to block shots, there is some of the rebounding. All those things I think have been fine. The athleticism still shows, but there is the other side to where people have been like, get this dude off of my team. I don't see it that way. I think nothing's changed with me. I still think he's a 20-minute player. Grub, what do you think about what you've seen in totality from Yves?
I mean, the rebounding is still elite, like especially on the offensive glass. Like he kills that. He's by far the best offensive rebounder. I mean, it was Looney certainly has a reputation for that, but Yves is going to give you second chance opportunities. I think the biggest problem for him is the Pelicans tried to feature him, and that's not what they needed to be doing at all during this. I think to Chaz's point about opportunities to score, I think then for Missi it was do what you do in the games, which would have been to me finishing, getting dunk opportunities from the dunker spot, or getting second chances and going straight back up with them. But trying for him, trying to give him, when is he ever going to have the opportunity to show off his bag? Like, there's not going to be any point in the game where you're going to be asking him to face up and attack somebody off the dribble. Everything he does should be off a hustle. And I think the Pelicans, in that regard, I would absolutely agree that the coaching staff did him a disservice by allowing him to do that, because it made him look so bad. It's like we know he can't do those things. Why are you putting him in a position where he has to do the things that he can't do? But as you said, defensively, rebounding, he's fine. Like, he's fine with those things. It's just he has to be more of a vertical offensive threat. He's got to be able to catch those lobs when they come. He's got to be able to finish when he gets chances under the basket. He's just got to go straight up. And I think that's the only thing I would tell him. If you can't, I said this after game one. If you can't do it fast in one motion, then don't do it.
Flight.
Flight.
Lito,
Stuff like
if you can go into your thoughts on Missi, but also I would like you to expound a little bit about your thoughts about you said I don't remember the quote, so I don't want to butcher it, but I found something that you said about his, like, how we view him along his journey as being like a big, and how that matches what we're actually seeing. And I think it's a really good point to kind of bring like perspective without necessarily giving him bail or an excuse.
He's like this is his I forgot what year this is playing basketball for him.
I think 6th or 7th, right?
5 or 6.
That's unless you're Joel Embiid and you have that kind of phenomena with you, like he learned it as a grown man, not even a grown man, but as a professional. He's basically retracing how you're supposed to learn basketball, and he's learning fundamentals at this point in his career. And it's a tough catch to pick up all at one time. It's little things, Chris. We was talking about. I don't exactly remember what I said, but I know we said, like I was telling you, just even the thing of when you're a young big, the first thing they tell you is like keep the ball above your head. That is literally the first thing you learn. And you can kind of see in his development that he don't soon as he get it, he hit with it. That's his first mode. And sometimes it's just really simple. Like, you just got to remember you big. Because if you're bringing the ball down, yeah, that was a little crazy. But if you're bringing the ball down, you're giving away your advantage. And it's just like little things in a process of him. His hands are terrible. There's no fix. There's no fix for that. Like, it's nothing he can do to. And we was having a conversation, and my only fear for him is that, Grub, you probably seen this too. You might have a big who probably athletic as hell and can finish. Oh, excuse me, he has athletic, but either he don't catch the passes, or he missed the layups, or he's late on his rolls and there's like he missed the oop, right? And you start seeing those guards start freezing them out. Why would I give up my opportunity to you when either I could make the play for myself or I could find somebody, even if it's a pass to the lateral side, right? You start to see that. That's literally my only fear or concern with him as far as like what he brings defensively. For me, what he's shown in Summer League, that's exactly what I wanted. I think he's done well. He's blocked a lot of shots, as Grubb said. His timing has looked better. He's certainly gotten stronger. But on the other side of the ball, it's like, he's still got a long way to go.
Taz, what are your thoughts on Yves? Not just, it doesn't have to be necessarily Summer League related, but just going forward.
I think some of it is probably analysis paralysis, kind of, moving on to your next, mountain to conquer before you conquer some of the things the team needs you to do well. If I'm Yves, I'm telling you, like, bro, I just need you to play check Diallo. I just need you to run to the rim, put your hand up, and just do that. Shout out to Check Diallo too. I met him in the DMV one time, but like the actual DMV, like Department of Motor Vehicle, not like out here. But he's a nice guy. But yeah, so I'm not too worried about him. He's making the right strides. I just think I would hate for him to see like, well, I'm this good at this already. I can move on. I can probably start working on my midi. You're like, whoa, slow down, brother. You got a little too much dip on your chip. I just need you to keep putting on weight like you're doing. Keep running to the rim. You know what I'm saying? Work on your rebounding tactics. Work on your free throws. And your timing. And I think I'm not too concerned about anything I saw in Summer League. I think Yves a quality rotational big. I never thought of him to be anything else. I like if Eve would have came out and looked like excellent to me, I still would have said we probably need a starting caliber big. So shout out to Eve though. I think he has a bright future still. Got a quality trajectory. I just want to refine some of the things you do well, your strengths, before you move on to the next mountain to conquer.
Y'all think before we get to super chats and Joe Dumars here and then close out, y'all, how much of that do y'all think is just youth? If anyone wants to speak to that, of just like discounting, what's up, Five?
What up, Fox?
Popping, y'all.
Out here interviewing number one overall rank. Yo, man, shout out to if y'all ain't, I don't know what is coming out yet, but as 5 minutes to show, he got an interview on the way with Lamar Brown, recent number one player in the country, commit to LSU. Man, shout out to 5 doing the Lord's work. But in regards to Eves, like Chaz, you mentioned analysis paralysis. That's about to fuck me up. But when we talk about youth, I mean, because it would seem like maybe because of him being so young, he's discounting like how much he actually has mastered. Like he thinks, okay, I've spent 6 weeks on this. I've spent 4 weeks on this. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I don't. There's nothing else needed. I can move on quicker. When you got big men that's been doing this for 10 years, they've been focusing on this one move for 5 years, for 10 years, this one ability since they were 9 years old. Lito, go ahead.
Man, the one, AD got this quote that the shit not linear, right? Like it's not linear.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with that being said is, like all talent not linear. All basketball players aren't created equal. Dog, if you ever watch Steph shoot the ball and you watch Clay shoot the ball, arguably the 2 greatest shooters of all time, they don't do the same thing. Mm-hmm. They don't shoot the same. They don't get their shots off the same. They don't even play the same. How's Steph gonna tell Clay to shoot like him? I feel like a lot of times when these guys, and this is not shooting at Eve at all. Like I'm talking in general here. I hate to see dudes get with trainers and a trainer showed he want Eve to play like 5 play. 5 a guard. Why are we practicing with that? Like what you supposed to look at that player and you supposed to work with him on his strengths. Chad said it and it was very, very like prophetic. Like, bro, all you gotta do, in his case, all he has to do is run the floor, be aggressive at the beginning of the play, like Grubb said, you do your work early. He not gonna be a dude I'm gonna drop the ball into for one to give me 10, 12 points. I'm not looking for that for him. He gotta get his being a garbage man. He gotta get his out the mud. And that's cool. Everybody not supposed to have a basketball. Everybody game not built to do stuff where they taking shit off the dribble. Like, I don't need that from you. I got a Jordan Poole, I got a DeJounte, I got a Zion, I don't need that from you at no point. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can do to affect the game in your way with your skill set.
He got a what? Go ahead, Grubb.
Well, I was just gonna say I think there's 2 things for Eve. Number one, I think there's a certain thing that comes with getting ahead of the game like faster than expected. Like this dude went from nothing to first round pick. And so I think that there's a part of, as you said, in youth that makes you think, man, this has been so easy in that regard. Not that he doesn't work, but I think there's a part of it that's like everything has happened so quickly that I should continue to pick up things quickly. And then the other part that I would say is for Missi is like for anybody. When I talk to my daughter, when I talk to other people, and I think it's like you can't break the rules till you know them. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get all the fundamentals in place first. You get the footwork, you get the hands, you get those things in place. Once you got all the basics down, you can do whatever the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? Like you can start to figure out all the principles. The reason that Kyrie is because he knows all the angles. He's geometric with it. The reason that Kobe, because it was the repetition of that footwork. Same with Jordan, repetition of that footwork. To have all the basics down so that then you can play every variation. Mozart knew every chord, you know what I'm saying, before he could do things that nobody ever heard of. So I think that's the thing, is just get the basics down, man, because you got any center. If you are a solid center, you got 15 years, man. You got 15 years in this league. You know, whether it's as a starter or becoming a serviceable big on the back end. You got 15 years. When you're young, and as center is the second thing behind point guard. You know, point guard is hard to learn. Center's the other part because it's a different set of skills going from college to the pro. But you learn those things, get those simple parts. And I think Yves, like you said, he's always going to be serviceable. He's not going to be somebody that's going to be on all-star teams. If you got Jamal McGlore's peak out of Yves Missi, Jamal McGlore made one all-star team and he did it after 13 points, 10 boards, and 2 blocks. If you got that out of Yves, would you ever complain?
Dog. What's up, y'all? How y'all been?
Appreciate
the shout out. Appreciate the shout outs, the happy birthday shout outs too, chat. When I look at Yves, it's kind of like everybody can't work in tech. You know what I mean? Everybody can't work from home. Like, we need people that have trades. We need that. Yves, yo, you might have to be an electrician. I know some electricians that make a lot of money. If you just do what electricians do, like, you don't have to go outside to do it. Like, your job is gonna last you. This is gonna be the same thing you can do from day one to the last day you play in the NBA. Rim run, rebound, screen, pass, and get easy buckets. Like that. That should be your job, and you're gonna make a shit ton of money if you just do those simple things. Y'all talk about, Lito brought up the trainer. Like, that's why it always like puzzles me when you look at guys like Yves and you see they like offensive workout in the summer. Like, you're not gonna be doing it. Like, whoever told Mitchell Robinson to go out there and be cooking cats in this, like, I get it. Sometimes you just gotta go show people, but that's not what you're gonna be doing in the regular season. Like, what are you really working on? And I hope like he's worked on things this summer to actually translate to his game during the season. I don't know if the Pelicans communicate that well. We haven't seen that, so I'm not gonna assume that they do. But yeah, man, I just hope Yves understands like your role will get you a lot of money in the NBA.
Bro.
Yeah, I mean that's all well said. It's like a coach used to tell me, like, more guys need to expand their game within their game. And I ain't really, it's like, a lot of people just, they hear expand your game and they think that's like a blank canvas. That don't mean just go out here, and just and start working on guard drills. It means expanding your game, like growing it in steps from what you already do well, but what complements and is going to contribute towards what we're going to ask you to do when you're on the court or on the field. And again, that's probably a big part of being so young at the position of understanding the game. And as Grubb mentioned, making it so far with, in 5 years, there's certain guys that just barely made it, working 10 years, 15 years trying to get to where Yves is at. So it's going to be an interesting development. And I think thinking about stuff like that kind of shifts how I look at him, in a sense, even if I never think that he's going to be like an all-star. But for him, he can make a lot of money and he can have a great career just simply working on being solid first and then let things kind of move from there. So let's move on to Joe Dumars, and then we're going to get the super chats and get the hell up out of here. Joe Dumars had some recent comments here. There's an article that came out during Game 3, Game 4 of Summer League that was really interesting, and I think it's really good for us to talk about it here. So I will pull up some of these quotes and we'll kind of break them down and chat. Y'all tell us what y'all think. There's 170 people, I think, in here now. I think we over 100 chats. Well, 100 likes. We probably need more. So please, let's work on that for us here, y'all. Let's start with Joe. Joe says here, what attracted you to trade for guard Jordan Poole? If you look around the league now, it's almost a requirement to have high-level guard play, a dynamic guard play. Jordan has a skill set that matches the most dynamic guards in his league. We've also seen him be a part of a championship team and contribute at a high level. So with his skill set, he's a dynamic guard, and I know we have proof that he's helped teams win championships. I look at those things and I say, I want him here, and I want to tap into all of what he's experienced so far. Five, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts on those comments that Joe had about Jordan Poole?
I think Joe's correct, right? Like, it's Jordan Poole. Like, I think there's some opportunity for Jordan to finally lead a team help lead a team, right? It's not all on him. And Washington is a little bit different, right? There's just no leadership around. It's almost like you get it how you feel. I think this one has a little bit more structure. I know that sounds crazy to even think about the Pelicans actually having some structure, but there are some things that Jordan could use to benefit all parties involved. So I don't think Joe's wrong in that, but I do want to see it play out, right? There is no Steph here. Like, he will be the guy with the ring that's getting paid a lot of money alongside another potential all-star in Zion, two-time all-star in Zion. So how does that mesh? Like, how do you play that out? Is it like a 1-2 punch, or y'all leading as a tandem? One's taking over. I just want to see it play out.
Fair enough. Grub. This was his latest, Dumars' latest comments on Zion. We also saw him sitting next to Zion, them chopping it up there in game 3, looking like uncle. The first thing I would say about Zion is he's an incredibly good guy. He's a really good person. He's obviously immensely talented. He and I have had some incredible conversations. We are in constant contact with each other. Boy, when we talk about like office political talk, he swerved. I've talked to him about the responsibility of being great and the responsibility of being a leader, of being a captain, being a best player, being a face of a franchise. I talked to him about how all of those things come with responsibility, how it's now time at 25 years old to embrace those responsibilities. That's what our conversations have been. It's really just about him embracing your greatness on and off the court. Very honest enough for conversations, not mincing any words. I like that part. But he also knows it comes from a place of caring about him, helping him grow into being a real, true pro. Grub, what are your thoughts about Dumars' comments there?
The positive in that conversation is that I think, and we talked about this before Joe came on, was the positive here is that somebody's finally telling Zion Williamson that he has to assume the responsibility of being the leader of the franchise. That had never been done. He was given the benefits of being the leader without any of the responsibilities. He got all the free passes, but he never had to be in charge. Somebody else always got to be in charge. They brought people in to be in charge, and he got to keep avoiding that responsibility. There is nothing protecting him now. Brandon's gone. Griffin's gone. All the guys he came in with are gone. It's him. Joe Dumars has pushed everything to the middle of the table for him. Joe's reputation is on the line. Zion's reputation is on the line. This year, all the years before, we have played around with this, but for this now, there's nothing. There's no other thing. Because before you could say, well, Brandon can do this, or you could say, well, the only thing now that matters is Zion Williamson. And Joe Dumars has to make him understand that. I don't think he's ever going to be the guy who rallies the troops, so to speak, when you get to practice. But the thing for him is, this means no more bullshit. Like, you can't be missing flights. You can't be coming to practice late. You can't be the last dude to the building on game day. You can't do that shit anymore. And if he gets that and he shows up for 70 games, then we might have something to talk about. But we all know it don't matter how good anybody else on that roster plays. If Zion Williamson ain't there for 60 plus games and he's not engaged, this team's going nowhere. And that's what I'll take from that statement is that he understands now. I don't care how Joe said it to him. I don't think it's all we stay hugged up and be like, son, you so great. You're such a wonderful person. I hope Joe told him and sometimes no more bullshit, man. Like I can you fucking with people's families because you got people fired. Like ultimately, and that's the way I hope Joe told it to him. You the reason that David Griffin is not in charge anymore. Because there's no one who had a greater influence on that decision than Zion Williamson. So it's like you are messing with people's jobs, bro. Just because you won't play basketball, right? And so that's what I'll take away from.
Well said. Lito, what drew you to select Fears with the 5th pick in the 2025 NBA draft and move up via trade to select Queen with the 13th selection? Dumars' response was, both of them have potential to grow into great players, but I also wanted to build a team that didn't put all the pressure on them, that they have to come in and prove that they are great day one. I want them to be able to develop into great players without trying to force it from day one. It's why you see the roster built the way we did. That confused the hell out of me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hold on.
I never.
It confused the hell out of me, Joe. It confused me.
I never read that quote. I didn't read the whole quote. I never saw that part.
Perfect, bro. What? How you read that, son?
Hey, I think the first half of that statement was spot on. The first half of it, 100. If there was a bullseye that I could throw at the screen, 100%, 100% on the first half of the statement. And then once he started getting into terms like development and that last egregious sentence about yo, like, is that a diss to the roster, or is it because I'm confused? I'm confused how he's saying it. Like Joe doesn't believe that this. No, no, he can't believe that, bro.
That confused the hell out of me. And Chad's here in closing.
Wait, hold up.
Wait.
One more thing. One more thing. Okay. Because again, I just seen that quote in real time. Like I ain't read none of this. Okay, so you preaching growth and development, and you preaching this roster with technically more offensively minded guys than you have previously had, and you still keep Willie as the head coach. That's what I got from that.
Ooh, that perfect segue. You point guard. Perfect segue. Chaz, this is a topic that you have a PhD on. Willie Green as a head coach. What ultimately made you confident in keeping Willie Green as head coach? I know Willie from Detroit. When they were healthy, they were a formidable team. They had some success. This past season, they were decimated with injuries. I thought it was unfair to judge them on the season where the team was decimated and not to look at the job he did when they were healthy. I thought you have to give him a chance to have success. I'm assuming that's here. I can't see because Cole's 11 likes here is in the way. But you got it. Go ahead, Chaz.
You know what? I 100% agree. For this entire year, I am Willie Green's legal defense. Pro bono, Willie. Congratulations. It's a pleasure to work with you. I'm with him. 100%. 100%. From now on, this is going to be David Ruffin and the Temptations. It's Willie Green and it's the players. So I'm separating these two entities. I'm 1,000% with Joe Dumars. I shouldn't have uploaded this picture. You know, it's kind of like, I think I said, when the teacher sits you next to the pissy kid on the field trip, and he keep asking you questions. Are we close? Like, I don't know, bro. But anyway, yeah, I'm with him. I'm Willie Green. I'm starting anew. Willie Green, I'm fucking with you. Let's do it. I'm riding with you.
Explain, bro. Why?
Nah, just hey, look, I'm starting anew, man. I'm not carrying any of those bad spirits into this new tenure. I'm starting anew because again, can't spend the last 3-4 years saying Willie Green the problem, right? Then I see a lot of the same shit, and all of a sudden he ain't the problem no more. So now I gotta go into this new tenure saying, you know what? Team wasn't built quite right. David Griffin's gone. They're under new total leadership. It's like Ray Lobster got a new CEO. And we're gonna see how these motherfucking seafood boils sell. We're about to see how this shit go. So Willie, I'm rocking with you. We gonna see. Don't let me down.
Can we see if there's
I'm-
somebody behind him? Is there somebody?
Yeah,
Lito called himself the man of many faces.
hey,
Shout out
Yo,
Thomas.
let's get into these star chats slash super chats. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start here, and then I see you guys that donated. I'm gonna get to you guys as well. This is for Brother Dot. I'm gonna start with 5. If you were a CEO of a company and your side piece was an HR, like the head of HR.
That's
Hold
in the
on,
star
I'm sorry.
questions.
Yeah. No, what? Am I reading this wrong? Okay, if you were the CEO of a company and your side piece was an HR or the head of HR, and you were at a Coldplay concert and they put you on the screen, how do you react?
I'm ready to defend. Let me know.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Let me. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Lito. Go ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
we all got thoughts on this.
Yes.
Nah. Because look, first of all, mind your fucking business. First of all,
first and foremost.
And we podding? Are we podding right now?
Yeah, we might as well.
We podding? All right, cool. Hold on. Let me get comfortable.
We don't have to flip his pants.
If we podding right now, hey, bro, let me cheat in peace. Mind your fucking business, bro. Hey, secondly, and most importantly, pull that picture up one more time. Pull the picture up just once more. That's not cheating. That man in love.
Oh yeah.
That's
still got a ring though.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
That's a rookie mistake playing on all Madden.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you ain't supposed to be doing that. Like, you can be there, but look how there's no way for you to even play that off, dog. You gotta be maybe hand over shoulder, laughing, ha, kiki. But that, nah, brother.
Brother. Concert?
And you don't know who's there. That's the thing. He treated his side piece like the main dish. And you take side pieces to quiet places. You take them where they're not going to be seen. You can't be bringing them in public where people going to be able. Anybody. That's the thing. You don't know who's there. It could be Ronnie from the mail room. Could be up in that piece and just be waiting for some. And you up there. Look, if you got enough. He's a billionaire. Right. If you got enough money, go in the box. Close the door and chill out. Close the screen. They got the door. You don't be up on the balcony, hugged up with your side piece. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Should have been at the Jeezy concert. That's all I got from it.
You don't go where your people might be.
Hold on, one more thing, Chris. Put one more time. One thing.
Just gonna have a field day.
Just one more thing. I want y'all to peep this, right? I want y'all to peep this. All right. So she
film breakdown.
This is a film breakdown right here. This is a live whoremonger breakdown right now. Check this out, brother. Right. All right. And I was talking about him, not her. But check this out. When I say they in love, I mean he not going back to his wife now. Like that shit is over. This is
you already heard what happened, right? You heard what happened, right?
The
wife changed her Facebook status. He had to delete his because he tried to play it off. He tried to go online and tell people that he was just having a good time with HR, and they was like, "Yeah, you was having a good time with HR," and like he had to delete his Facebook profile because everybody was clowning him, and his wife has already changed her status. his lawyers are
Yeah,
working. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're already
Mhm.
working because they know there's no coming back from this. Like Five said, how can you walk this back? You can't walk this back.
Chaz,
Good
I ain't
chat.
gonna
Chaz, what
lie.
are your thoughts?
I think cheating is a poor person concept. I ain't gonna
Just-
lie. If I'm a billionaire, I'm not like y'all. Like I like it's like with with Michael Jordan, like when Zion was in Greece, they're like, why did he get the summer league game? Because I'm not like y'all. I got commitments. I got things to do. I'm not like y'all. So to me, I'm like, I'm with Lito, mind your poor ass business. I'm like,
for real.
it ain't, this ain't my main piece. This ain't my side piece. These are all my hoes. I do what I want. I'm rich. I done seen it happen to the best of them. Jordan was worth millions. Left old girl, now he worth billions. What's
Jordan
homie
didn't
man?
drop on the screen when he got caught, though. That dude went down like.
Hey, nobody. Hey, but the thing is, nobody even know who this motherfucker is. Everybody know Michael
Now they do.
Jordan. But so and what's homie? Bezos paid a motherfucker. Yeah, I'm just tired of looking at you every day. He go a couple $100 million. Go away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, dude, a gorilla on a hoe. I salute his game because he ain't go see what's them dudes? What's the lady who be spinning on a bicycle balancing the plates? He ain't go see Red Panda.
Red
He
Panda.
went to see Kobe. He don't give a fuck in the good seats.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I mean,
But he do give a fuck. That's the
Well,
thing.
yeah.
Is like
He-
if you didn't, you would have manned it up. But he dropped out of the picture
Yeah.
and then got her turning around trying to hide. Like if you was about it like that, like say you ain't never seen Jordan cower when he got picked. They got pictures of Jordan with women all over the place. I ain't never seen him hide. You know what I'm saying? Like them dudes that you talk about, Bezos didn't hide. He just said, "Okay, it's a prop." Tiger Woods got embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? Because Tiger Woods couldn't
He was
handle his
having-
business. You know
Tiger
what I'm
was
saying?
having a
He
little
didn't learn
sex,
from
man.
Michael
He was
Jordan.
tripping.
He didn't learn from Charles Barkley. He didn't learn how to put like Kobe had to go. Look, not to speak ill of the dead, but Kobe had to go run his mouth after he got caught and talk about I should have paid her off like Shaq. Why are you telling? Why are you telling people's business? D'Angelo Russell, all these dudes that told people's business. They got caught because they was slipping on their business. Nick Young wouldn't have got caught if he wouldn't have said nothing. Why are you telling your boy who's holding a camera your business? Like, keep your mouth shut. If you don't want other people to get in your business, don't put your business in the street. And that's what dude did.
That's tough.
I just
Hey,
want
hey,
to
lastly,
say,
Chris, she got a work shirt on. She had a jacket on. That means she left the jacket where it was. I did the math.
on the seat.
I did the math. No, she left the jacket at the office.
At the
Chad.
hotel.
Look at that. Yeah, at the hotel. She that's a work shirt. No mind. Go ahead.
this now. I mean, I just want to say this is the only kind of analysis you could find here. There's really nowhere else you're gonna get this kind of breakdown of conversation. Now let's get to the actual. The rest of the actual super chats that were up here. Shout out to Thomas and man. In the words of BI, we won off talent 5. You know who he's talking about when he says that.
That man, Bi is a man of few words, and these few words he didn't lie about.
He made them count.
Yeah,
made him
finally.
Shout out to Michael Morgan here, man, with the 199. Did Queen play better at center? I like this question. Chaz, what do you think?
I think he played better with a bit more space and attacking from the top of the key. Much like when guys have those, like Queen doesn't have explosive first step, but he has like the leg length and like stride and handle to get where he needs to get physically imposing. Some of those moves he was doing, like it reminded me of Dirk, some of that shit. Cause I was just like I'm not comparing him to Dirk. I'm just saying off balance shots. And I'm like, ain't no way he made that. That's a terrible shot. And the bitch went in. I was like, oh, this dude cold. So like when I saw that dude in transition, bro, that dude is cold. That dude is cold, bro. I gotta give him his props. He's not someone that I was like kind of head over heels about drafting, but watching him, like the skill, the talent, it just stands out to me. I'm like, yo, that dude cold. That dude cold. And transition especially.
Another one here from Michael Morgan, man. Another 199. Grub. Does Joe have one more move coming? 2 G's.
I think if you're Jordan Hawkins, you got to feel real insecure about your spot. You know what I'm saying? If you Jordan Hawkins, you got to, because if you just count the players that are there, if we're talking 1 through 12, you start doing the math and who's going to play next year. If you're Jordan Hawkins, man, you like something's about to happen with you. They didn't keep Antonio Reeves around for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have to invite him to Summer League after they waived him. They didn't keep that dude around for nothing. They ain't bring in Trey Alexander for nothing. And Trey knocked down 5 of his 9 threes in the last game. So if you draw that move, and Chaz has talked about it plenty, that if you're going to try to move, you only got so much salary to move. You only got so much talent to move. And I think if you're Willie Green, if he's asking anything of Joe, he's not getting rid of his favorites. If you saying this is my season to prove that I can win or not, I'm not getting rid of my favorites. He ain't never particularly seen any love for Jordan Hawkins. So I think that if anybody would get moved between now and training camp, it's got to be him. And I think that, and that's going to be to find either more help at center or power forward, or it's going to bring in a bigger shooter than him.
Mm-hmm.
Amir Coffee, man.
Brew Crew Stat Guy, man. I appreciate the hard work as always, man. Here we go with the man that ruined the point guard position. Derrick Rose Light, 5. Rose averaged 15, 3, and 4 his rookie year, 17, 3, 5 year 2, and 16, 3, 5 year 3 in 31 minutes.
No, Brew Crew Stat Guy. It's not even in the same realm. Wait.
I don't think that's right.
No, wait, didn't he?
I think he won MVP.
Yeah.
I think he mean
MVP in year 3, huh?
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to figure out. What Brew Crew Stat Guy means here. But in any way, do you see a Derrick Rose light?
No, not even close. Athleticism, not even the same. He doesn't have the same quick twitch. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. Derrick Rose, probably like a 40-inch Virgo, 38 at minimum. Nah, not even close. Jeb Teague, though. I definitely see Jeb Teague.
So, okay. Here's from West Bank Father. I see a mix of Monta Ellis and Jeff Teague.
Oh, whoa. That's not what that name said.
I'm not Justin. I'm not Justin. Shout out to Justin. I'm not J-Dog, bro.
Just to give you the numbers, just to give you the Derrick Rose numbers real quick. Derrick Rose has 17 points, 4 boards, 6 assists as a rookie, 21 points, 4 boards, 6 assists as a sophomore, and 25 points, 4 boards, 8 assists in his third year.
There we go. I don't see the Derrick Rose thing. But 5, what about Monta Ellis and Jeff Teague? I mean, you mentioned Jeff Teague, but what about Monte?
Not Monte. I saw that in real time. Not even close. But Jeff's the one, right? Like, athletic, trying to get downhill at all costs. Jumper is not really there, not solid. He can catch and shoot, but not really an off the dribble shooter. Can play defense. Like the Jeff Teague comparison. And Jeff doesn't necessarily like him that much, which is kind of odd. I'm like, he plays just like you. Just like you.
Lito, what about Deron Williams?
Nah. Nothing like
that dude was a fucking terror, though.
Yeah.
That dude was
like a linebacker playing point guard.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's one dude that I hated the Hornets to play against.
Bro.
I hated that dude.
People don't like to acknowledge how close that conversation was between him and Chris was in the early years.
Used to give Chris the business.
That dude was so much better than Chris Paul. And head-to-head matchups.
Head-to-head matchups.
Chris couldn't do with that physicality.
Then the All-Star game happened in New Orleans. I was like, oh, Chris about to win the skills challenge. And Darren Williams just ran through that shit.
I forgot about that.
Man, Darren Williams, Chris Paul.
Tween?
That double cross is like
that bitch so strong too.
A leaning double cross.
He another dude that trade just ruined his career, bro. Because you was the man where you was in Utah.
Didn't he get Jerry Fire? He got Jerry Fire, you know?
He made he quit. Jerry Sloan quit because he just got tired of dealing with Williams. He was just like, I'm done.
Well, who was that he called? Jason Terry? Bro, if anybody can find
yeah. He felt like
my God.
or something. Like it was, yeah. That dude was cold, bro.
He was cold. Him and Boozer as a pick and roll tandem was just that was problems.
Yeah.
Shout out to Amendment Okor for those that like stretch
Oh,
fours.
Amendment
Lord.
Okor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Smelled
Brother
like a
Dot,
guillotine shot.
the original question, Lito, Queen has to be a hub to keep him interested. Same with Zion.
Hey, but listen, you're not wrong. But let me tell you one thing. That's every big man ever. Ever. All of them. You name a big. Yes.
All right.
I think we really just need some good mentorship, bro. Like same with Eve. Like just get these dudes some quality mentorship at that position, and just that's what I hope Looney can do, man. I hope Looney can be
Like
that.
Looney, I think Looney is perfect for Eve. Like that's the dude for Eve. Like Looney can say, "Look, dude, I'm your role model. You do this. Look at me. I got 3 rings. I ain't bothered nobody. I play 22 minutes a night. Hey, you could be all right, dude. But for Queen, they got to find him and Carlo need some different kind of coaching as far as a big.
Chaz, I cringe thinking about the spacing with Queen, Zion, and Missy on the floor together.
I think Willie Green gonna figure it out. I think that's because you don't have a ton of confidence in Willie and the staff. Truthfully, I beg to differ. I think a lot of that, I dare say, is gonna be out of this stratosphere. I think you're gonna see a lot of dribble handoffs, playing with force, tenacity, rebounding. Queens, he's showing himself to be a tenacious rebounder already. Missi, solid on the offensive boards. I think David Griffin said he's a grower, not a shower. So maybe once the regular season starts, he'll be a little more up to par. Because I think we have seen some minutes from Yves Missi. I think that's more of who he is versus what we've seen in summer league. And Zion kind of just Zion. I don't think you really worry too much about him on offense.
Grub, we'll close with this here, man. The Joker is horrible at defense. Even before the Joker became MVP Joker, he was even worse his first 5 years in the league. Denver does a good job at protecting the Joker on defense. I believe he's speaking about Derik Queen when he brings up this comparison.
Shout out to KB.
What are your thoughts, Grub?
First, I mean,
you muted.
That's just not true because Joker is.
You good, Grub? You
it's
good?
not true because Joker finishes top 10 in defensive win shares like every year. So I mean, that's just not true. He's a bad defender. And you look at the numbers when he's on the floor versus when he's off for Denver. It's just everything falls apart for them. Don't put that pressure on Derik Queen, man. Like Jokic didn't have that pressure on himself when he came in. He was a 2nd round pick. You know what I'm saying? They were debating between, if he was going to stay or not. He's going to get sent to Portland. So give the man time. Like, can we just let him develop? Like, don't worry. He's not going to be a hub this year. He's not going to be the leader and assist this year. That's just not going to happen in year 1. So let's just allow this man to get through year 1 and know that he needs a simple, definable role. Get buckets. Get buckets, man. When you're on the court, get buckets. That wasn't what Jokic was asked to do. And also, Jokic came into a completely different situation in Denver where they were rebuilding. The Pelicans have expectations. They're telling you they're trying to win. So Derik Queen doesn't get the luxury of getting to figure out his game on the court. He's got to be productive, and that's by keeping it simple. Like that, as we said, just score, man. That's what you do well. That's what you were put on this earth to do. Get buckets, because the defense ain't going to be there year 1. It's just not. That's why he's going to have to play center, because he just cannot move laterally on the perimeter. But to say that Jokic is a bad defender, that messes up your premise right there.
5, let's close here from Just A Davis. Shout out to Just A Davis, man. He got a fire podcast that he's been working on, man. He's been putting out episodes on, man.
Chris, I'm sorry, they got one more super chat, bro. It's one more 5 piece.
Go ahead. 5. Great coaching is about knowing personalities and appeasing to the players that matter.
Shout out to Just A.
Just A. I agree, but it's also there has to be a level of like right? I think that's where like you got to be great at tactics, right? You got to be great at strategy, and that in also in tunes with right knowing people's personalities, knowing how they play, knowing how you want to coach them. It's a balancing act. It's not 50-50, to be honest. It changes daily, and you got to be able to manage that appropriately. Like great coaches are really great managers. If you think Willie's a great manager, then I think that's where our differences lie.
Not according to Chaz. Speaking of Chaz, Thomas once again here, $5. Should Zion move to the 3? Shout out to Gil.
I think based on skill set, Zion's always been more of a backcourt player to up to 3. I don't think Zion's ever been a 4. I think just because he's in college and he's gotten away with doing it in this new NBA, but with the way the league seems to be transitioning, I think it's funny that Gale keep going up because first he said Zion should be a 2, and now it's like a 3. It's like what? Like I agree with you on both of those, but I think you're gonna see a lot more Zion in the backcourt this season paired with Poole.
All right, man. Well, look, man, that's pretty much it for us, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Pelicans have one more game, I believe. Tomorrow they close against the Indiana Pacers. Y'all keep tapping in with everything that we're doing, man. Shout out to all the sponsorships as always. Shout out to all the super chats, everyone in the comments, and as well as the panel. Great show here, man. So we will holler at y'all next time. For myself, for 5, for Grub, Lito, Chaz, and myself. Till next time.
So